As most of you know, today is one of the biggest days in crypto history. Well, yes it is, and no, it doesn't have to do with Ripple or XRP. However, I want to dedicate this episode to the XRP community and Ripple for their relentless efforts against the predatory practices of the SEC. Today's victory for the crypto industry has to do with a Bitcoin spot ETF. Today in DC, a court granted Grayscale's petition to convert GBTC into a Bitcoin spot ETF. This does not mean that we are getting a Bitcoin spot ETF from Grayscale. However, I think one is coming very closely in the future. But there's some very interesting news from Blackrock that just came out that we need to address because this could potentially impact the Bitcoin spot ETF. And if you're brand new to the channel, thank you so much for coming back to the O Show. Everything crypto and NFTs every day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, push this out, share it. We need to get as many people as educated as possible so you can continue to do your due diligence and think for yourself. Now, this is massive news because Grayscale has been fighting against the SEC for Lord knows how long, and we're just tired of it. The SEC simply has no idea what they're doing as far as regulation goes, and the judge absolutely slammed the SEC, okay? An unverified copy of today's court filing says the denial of Grayscale's proposal was arbitrary because the SEC failed to explain its different treatment of similar products. We therefore grant Grayscale's position to vacate the order, okay? So basically the judge says, you know what, SEC, you're not doing your job and you're not telling us why Grayscale's Bitcoin spot ETF is any different than the rest, than Blackrocks, etc. So this is good, this is positive, this then turns into case law. However, we know that BlackRock has kind of pioneered the way with the Bitcoin spot ETFs. They own pretty much all of America, which is a bit dangerous. And the fact that they're going to have their hand in our Bitcoin makes me nervous. However, we talk about grifting as ethically as possible. And we all know that BlackRock's coming into the market. There's nothing that we can do to stop it. But there are some important things that we do need to know. And it was just reported that BlackRock is a major shareholder in 4 of the 5 largest Bitcoin miners. And BlackRock is also the second largest shareholder in 4 out of 5 of the Bitcoin miners by market cap, okay? And this is a little bit problematic because when we talk about BlackRock owning everything, they've got their hands in their little paws and everything, especially in the grocery aisle. That's scary. And the housing market. But when we're talking about Bitcoin mining, it's part of Bitcoin's fundamental analysis. Some people like to use technical analysis. Others like to use fundamental analysis. Bitcoin mining economics, the hash rate, the productivity, the electricity cost, the size of the warehouse, the rent, how they're paying themselves, the loans, all those things impact Bitcoin, okay? Could potentially impact it because without the miners, we don't really have a P2P network, okay? And basically, Bitcoin mining economics is very similar to looking at a stock's income report, stuff like that. So it's important. But very interesting timing because that all of this stuff came out, especially the Grayscale decision and the victory against the SEC, is because the SEC's ruling on BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is going to be due this week. I don't know if this decision is going to get pushed forward. I don't know if they're going to revisit it, conceding the Grayscale victory or not. I don't even know if the two are related, but we're going to have to wait and find out. And I said earlier on my stream, I don't think we're going to see a Bitcoin spot ETF until 2024, but now I feel like I could be wrong. Again, I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm just being a little bit cautious. But again, you guys, continue to research this and continue to research a lot of the predatory practices that BlackRock has to offer. Because again, not only are they going to have their hand in that Bitcoin pot, but they're essentially going to be controlling your Bitcoin. You're not going to have access to it. You are going to, in fact, be allowing a third party to make choices for you, and that gets a little bit scary. Also, in addition to that, now they actually have stake and ownership in Bitcoin mining, which makes everything a little bit too close to home. Either way, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, and share this for more. Bye-bye.